All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, as the title reads, get right to it. It says the U.S. dollar just took a massive hit, and what I mean by that is obviously, to the people that don't know, the U.S. dollar, Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, just basically the America and Saudi Arabia had a deal that was in get play for 50 years, and that's 1974. And basically, the deal was that the Saudi Arabia would basically deal oil and oil around the oil be dealt out throughout the world and U.S. currency, basically the U.S. dollar, what you call the petrodollar. It was a petrodollar deal, and basically that meant that all countries had to trade oil in the U.S. dollar solely. But now, since that contract went expired, now they're going to start, and they're not renewing it, and now they're going to be able to trade oil in different currencies. Okay. And that's why the U.S. dollar is going to take a massive hit, because now that takes away more and more of the strength of the dollar, which has already been depleting as we speak for some time now. The U.S. dollar has been losing strength, and basically that's ultimately to totally devalue the dollar and bringing the beast system, the MOTB, because that's really what this is about. This is all the CBDC, all that shit is getting traction. 2024 was the year that they said they were going to start pushing the CBDC more, which is central bank and digital currency, and ultimately that's going to lead to what? The RFID Michael Sia, the market of the MOTB, the Karagma, which is in Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 14th chapter. Okay, so like it's getting close. Okay, and these are all the things that the Lord said was going to be happening in the last days. This is in the book of Revelation we're talking about. This is what John the Revelator was revealed to by YAHAWASHI himself. So all these things that these devils are doing, remember the Lord said he declared the infinite beginning. So this is something that's supposed to have been, the Lord already planned for this to happen before we've even created. So, got a couple articles. And the one is from the Watcher Guru, but it was another one. No, is this it? No, this wasn't it. Okay, so one article we have from a Indian news platform, which is called YAHAWAH, and it reads, Saudi Arabia's petrodollar deal with U.S. expired with no new agreement in place, and this is from June 13th, which is yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article. So it says, a petrodollar agreement with the United States and Saudi Arabia has expired. As per reports, the Gulf nation has decided not to renew the deal that expired on June 9th. So it expired, what was that? June 9th was what? Today's the 14th, so that was like a few days ago. That was like 5 days ago. And it says, the move can be seen as a global finance paradigm shift from the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. And says, the termination of the deal may also have implications and consequences for America. You bet your ass it will. It's going to have very, very dire consequences for America. Because not only is it going to have dire consequences for America, but what about you Americans? Because it's not going to have consequences for the American government and these high-level officials. It's not going to have no consequences for them. It's going to have consequences for what? The regular people, the masses. Because this is ultimately the plan. This is already something that was already planned. These devils already planned to do this, and ultimately, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI planned for them to do it. Okay? Because this is the usher in that mark, the MOTB. It says the deal was a major milestone for the U.S. global economic dominance. So now what? That means that dominance is not there no more. And it says, so far, there's no official confirmation to renew it. And they probably not going to renew it. And Lord willing, they don't renew it. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is the Lord bringing down the daughter of Babylon, a.k.a. America. What? Babylon is fallen. It is fallen. And what was the major thing that kept them? What was the thing that kept this dominance? Was what? The U.S. dollar and the petrodollar, man. The fact that all the countries had to trade for oil, purchase oil, trade for oil with the U.S. dollar. So that takes away the dollar's dominance. Would take away America's dominance throughout the world. Okay. It says the 50-year-old agreement has had significant geopolitical and economic implications. It acted as a catalyst in shaping the global energy market and influencing international relations. So that deal what kept the dominance of America on these other nations. And now that dominance is getting strained away. It says the petrodollar system was signed in 1974 as a result of a bilateral agreement between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. Both nations decided to price and trade oil in U.S. dollars, and Saudi Arabia is one of the main number one, if not number one, oil suppliers or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So so that's a very very big gut shot to America because they have one of the number one supplies of oil. And it says, with oil standardized in terms of dollars, every country purchasing oil from Saudi Arabia will be required to pay in dollars. Several other oil producing countries also began to standardize their oil pricing in U.S. dollars, which gave push to the petrodollar system. That's what kept America on top, especially since 1974. So they had a good 50 years. The American dollar, U.S. dollar had a good 50 years of dominance in the oil game, and that's what kept the dollar so strong. But now the dollar's not so strong, and now since you got the building up of these BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, all these countries are trying to sway the world away from the dollar and trade oil. And now that Saudi Arabia has done this, now that this contract, this deal has expired and they haven't renewed it, that's gonna have very, very dire consequences for the U.S. dollar, which means it's gonna have very, very dire consequences for the actual United States, America. That's how we know that we're at the end, because the Lord is breaking this place down. And one of the main things that America had was its financial system and its financial dominance. And it says Saudi Arabia's 50-year-old petrodollar agreement with the United States has expired with no new agreement in place. It says Saudi Arabia will now sell oil in multiple currencies, including the Chinese RMB, euros, yen, and yuan, instead of exclusively in U.S. dollars. So America's not going to have the exclusive for the oil trade, man. Now all these other currencies are going to get in. And remember, the BRICS nations are getting stronger, and the American dollar and America is getting weaker. Now we're talking about on a financial stage, on a financial standpoint, from a military standpoint, because now America's military is stretched thin. You got the military in Ukraine, you got the military in Israel, you got the military in all these other places. America, and just like the fall of Rome, America's going in the same direction, man. It says in return, the U.S. provided military support and security guarantees to the Saudi, ensuring its stability and protection against external threats. Meanwhile, Saudi agreed to invest its oil revenues in U.S. assets, primarily Treasury securities, which helped finance U.S. deficits and stabilize the dollar. So now the dollar's not going to have that stabilization that it had. And that's the Lord breaking America down. Call Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Call Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Because he's breaking this place down, piece by piece. And what's the major way to break this piece down? By the financial institutions, if you will. The financial strength of America. Because you take that away, America doesn't have much. The military is being spread thin, and now you got all these countries on the brink of war. So now you got the Lord is just breaking this whole place down, breaking these heathen down. Oops. Having and you got to think about it. If they don't have a new deal in place, and as time goes on, obviously, if they wanted to make a new deal, they would have just had a new deal in place. But they let it expire, and they're not going to renew it. And Lord willing, they don't renew it. Okay. So it says the 6-page agreement was signed at Blair House across the street from the White House by then U.S. Secretary of State Kissinger and Prince Fahd ibn Abdel Aziz, who later became king of Saudi Arabia. It says at the time of the deal, Kissinger, I think if that's Henry Kissinger, that's the dude that just died at 100 years old. And it says at the time of the deal, Kissinger had said, "We consider this a milestone in our relations with Saudi Arabia and with the Arab countries in general." And what's happening right now besides this in the relations of America with the Arab countries is getting real low because of why the thing going on with Palestine. The whole world, especially them Arab countries, they're not feeling America right now because they're what? They're supporting Amalek over there. So right now, the Lord is really making Babylon falling. It is falling, coming to full effect, man. And this is not going to get better. It's not going to somehow get better for America and be like, oh, it's going to go back to how it was. No, the Lord is breaking this place down so he can ultimately destroy it. It says the crucial decision to not renew the contract enables Saudi Arabia to sell oil and other goods in multiple currencies, including the Chinese RMB, euros, yen, and yuan. See? That's the end of the article. But see, you see that? You see that? Now America don't got the strain that they had once before. Because that was their strain. And it was for 50 years. Remember, it says since 1974, that's when that deal was signed. It's 2024 now. If there's no new agreement in place, they got the Saudi Arabia. They got the plan to trade in other currencies, which means they probably couldn't wait for that shit to expire. Who knows? But all in all, that goes to show what? To show the signs that we're at the end of America and we're at the end of Esau's rule, man. Because even though these other countries are Edomite countries as well, at the end of the day, the daughter of Babylon is going to get the ultimate judgment. And now all these countries, they're not afraid of America. They don't look at America as the big bad bully that it once was, man. Because now America's looking weak. Look at the president. Look at the fucking president of America. Motherfucker shitting on himself. The motherfucker don't know where he at half the time. Don't know what the fuck he's saying half the time. That's the commander-in-chief of this country. And you think that this country got some kind of future? A bright future? No, the only bright future has is a bright nuclear fire. And then the brightness of YAHAWASHI is coming when he comes back to destroy this place. That's what America has coming to him. And these devils know it, man. So I say again, call law YAHAWAH BAHASHAM because his word is faithful and true. There was another one. We got another one. This is from the Watcher Guru, which is a good financial news platform. I think that's what I used my screenshot. Multiple currencies, man. So now America, they don't got that special treatment that it once had, man. It's not that special no more, man. And remember, Saudi Arabia, they got the upper hand. They got the oil. So they can't just come in and say, you know what I'm saying, yeah, y'all gotta renew. No, we don't gotta do shit. And that's the weak saying they are strong. They say we don't need to just do it in US dollars no more. Your time is done. And these other countries know that America's done, man. Everybody knows that Babylon is falling. It is falling. It's prophecy. And these other countries know that the prophets are out here condemning Babylon, aka America. America's not going to come up from this on top. America's going to come up on this and be destroyed. And you other nations, you ain't going to have no, it's not that y'all going to be the next America next to rule. The next to rule is the Israelites, the children of Israel, under the one true living God, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. That's what's coming. So you nations, yeah, you can do all this CBDC, all this trading in bricks, currencies, and all that shit. But at the end of the day, you got to understand too, Yahawashi is coming to put you under subjection too. Remember, the Lord has come back to subdue the nations and build up the tabernacle of David. And what did David do when he was around? He subdued the nations. But now we're going to have immortality. We're going to have spiritual powers. We're going to have something way more than what David had. That's what's coming to the earth. And the Lord, and before that happens, he's gonna break all you heathens down, especially in America. But I read this article, then I'm gonna get some scriptures, you know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna make this too long. So yeah, it says Saudi Arabia to sell oil in multiple currencies. Remember, Saudi Arabia is one of the major oil suppliers, man. So like they got the leverage. Okay, that's what business is about, leverage, right? And America don't have no leverage right now. America don't have no resources that the world wants. They have the money, they have the business, but they don't have no resources that the world wants. So they don't need America so much anymore. Shit, and America's going broke anyway. What is it, a $34 trillion debt? So what profit is America these days, man? America's not that great country that it once was or perceived to be. I'm talking from an economic dominance standpoint, okay? So it says, let me read this. So it says, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's 50-year-old agreement with the U.S. to sell oil in the petrodollar has expired. However, there is no new policy in place, and the Biden administration has not renewed the agreement with Saudi Arabia, meaning the Saudi Arabian government hasn't renewed a plan. And it would be in America's best interest to try to renew a plan, but it don't seem like no plan is in place right now. They said, and this deal just expired. This deal expired June 9th. So if they really wanted it, they would have had one in play on June 9th, which goes to show that they don't give a fuck. And it says, as a policy renewal is not in place, this allows Saudi Arabia to begin selling oil in local currencies. And it says currencies from BRICS countries, like the Chinese yuan, among others, are the top contenders for oil sales in Saudi Arabia. So now it's competition. Now it's competition. America's not what it once was, man. America is on a downfall. Remember, it's falling. So one of the major things that kept America afloat and up was probably this deal and the U.S. dollar. Their economic dominance. They don't have that what they once had. And remember, this is since 1974. So 50 years has gone and they had this. But now your time is up. It says that the petrodollar deal was signed between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia on June 8th, 1974. This allows Saudi Arabia to settle oil payments in the U.S. dollar and not local currencies for over 5 decades. The kingdom is now free to sell oil in local currencies like the Chinese yuan, Japanese yen, and Indian rupee. The BRICS bloc will be the first to benefit if Saudi Arabia starts accepting local currencies for oil settlements. And what has the BRICS nation been doing all this time, man? Trying to get everyone to flee away from the U.S. dollar. And it seems like, from this article, it seems like it's working. Because now that you have Saudi Arabia on you, kind of shifting towards y'all, what does that mean for America and the American dollar, which has already been hyperinflated? What does that really mean? That means that it's done. It's over. It's over for this place, man. And call Allah YAHAWASHI for doing so, man. We sick of this place, man. We want to get out of here. The real men of the Lord, the real men of YAHAWASHI, the God of the Bible, want to get the fuck out of here. They want to see this place destroyed. And one of the major things that kept this place strong was their currency, man. And that's been going down for years now already itself. And now, with this happening, it's definitely going down. And that means that micro seed is coming next too. And the war is going to continue. Everything else is going to continue. All these prophecies are still going to continue. See, people act like the prophecies are just like, we're waiting for the first prophecy to come to pass. No, prophecies have been coming to pass for centuries already. We're just now in the last day prophecies. The last days of what? Esau's rule. The last day what? Heathens rule over Israel. It says Saudi Arabia can settle oil payments in local currency. It says the end of the petrodollar agreement can lead to a paradigm shift in the way Saudi Arabia operates its oil businesses. The petrodollar agreement ends at a time when the BRICS alliance is looking to put local currencies ahead of the U.S. dollar. That's the plan. That's been the plan. And I didn't even know about this deal because I wasn't even born yet when this deal came about. But now that this deal is expired, they don't have no new one in place. And it says the end of the petrodollar agreement can lead to a paradigm shift in the way Saudi Arabia operates its oil businesses. The petrodollar agreement ends at a time when the BRICS alliance is looking to put local currencies ahead of the U.S. dollar. BRICS stands a chance to take the opportunity of the development and settle oil payments in local currencies with Saudi Arabia. So the BRIC nations like, yeah, come on down, Saudi Arabia, come over here to our side. Fuck the U.S. dollar, man. You don't need that shit anymore. We got our own thing going on. And these are superpowers. The Chinese, the Japanese, the Russians, the Indians. These are heavy hitters in the world economy, man. These not just the countries that just like you don't have to worry about. I said China, Russia, India, Japan. All countries that if they're against America, it's curtains. And it's mad other countries that joined the BRICS. It's like 30-something, 40-something countries that joined the BRICS and counting. And I believe that they asked Saudi Arabia to join the BRICS, but they haven't yet joined or made a decision yet. But it don't even matter because they're dealing more with them instead of U.S. dollar. And now the U.S. dollar doesn't have that dominance it once had. It expired, just like America's expired, just like Esau's expired. All you heathens expired. But the Lord is still allowing you to like think you have these dealings to where you just gonna be like ruling like in this how the earth is gonna be in this manner. But you gotta remember the war though. The war. And you gotta remember what? YAHAWASHI. Remember, YAHAWASHI is gonna be come back down to the earth and put you devils and you heathens in subjection, man, like I said before. That's the thing y'all not thinking about. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Get a quick precept and come back to this article. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah. And this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse, I'm sorry, read verse 15. I'm going to read verses 13 and 15. 13, it reads, it says, "Behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high." Okay? And we jump to verse 15, it says, "So shall he sprinkle many nations. The kings shall shut their mouths at him. For that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider." And when you go to the NLT, it says, Isaiah 52 and 15, it says, "And he will startle many nations. Kings will stand speechless in his presence, for they will see what they had not been told. They will understand what they had not heard about." But you know what's crazy is the prophets have been out here warning you, but these nations are not listening to the prophet. They're not taking heed to it. So when it happens, they're gonna be like in awe. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit." That's what they're gonna say when our Lord comes back, the one true living God. He's gonna descend. He's gonna descend from the heavens and down to the earth. And that's what these nations, they don't think it's gonna happen. They're not thinking about that. Okay, and if they're not thinking about it in the sense of fearing it, they're not even thinking about it at all, obviously, because if they were, they would shut the fuck up now. But the Lord, remember the Lord said what? He works on the minds of the kings. He removed and set up. I'm gonna get that. That's a good one too, because now he's about to remove Esau from his throne. What did he say about the daughter of Babylon? There is no throne, sit in the dust. So this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 21, and it reads, "And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding." But what did he say? He removed and set up kings. Just like he removed Israel from being the top. And he put Esau on top. He put these other nations on top of Israel. But on this go around, it said what? For the end of the world, which is what? The end of the world of heathen ruling over Israel, the Israelites. He's going to change these kings, the king being Esau, Edom, the Edomites, Amalekites, which is the head of Esau. He about to remove these niggas and then put what? The children of Jacob back on top. But after that, we'll never come off the top again. Because once YAHAWASHI comes back, it's over for you nations. You nations going to have no other rulership. You're going to have no other power. You're going to put all you nations, it said the kings of the earth, it said the kings shall shut their mouths at him. The king shall stand speechless at his presence. You feel me? This our Lord. This our God. There's no other God doing that. No other God of these other nations ever came down and said that, you're going to worship me and my people are going to rule the earth. No, the God of Israel said that. And the God of Israel is the one that put you nations in your positions, man. Let's not forget, man, the Lord said he controls all things. He controls both sides, the deceived and the deceiver, the oppressor and the oppressee. The Lord controls it all. He controls the minds of the kings. He controls everything. That's what people don't understand. Especially you, Esau, you think that you got some kind of power. You don't understand that there's a higher power controlling you, telling you what to do, putting in your mind what to do for years. Remember, the Lord said what? He declared the end from the beginning. And we go into the NLT, it says, Daniel chapter 2, verse 21, it says, he controls the course of world events. Whoa! He controls the course of world events. What's happening right now? We're in the world, right? And these are events. So it says what? He controls the course of world events. He removes kings and sets up other kings. And who is he removing right now? He's removing Esau. And then Esau is going to be completely removed from being a king and a ruler over the earth. Because if he controls world events, right? He controls the course of world events. And it says he removes kings and sets up other kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the scholars. So he gives wisdom. He controls the world events. He controls all sides. He controls everything. Like that's the people on our God, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. He controls everything. From the fucking ants on the ground to the fowls in the air, the fish in the sea, the man on earth, everything. There's nothing you can do about it. But speaking of which, since we talk about America, you got to go to the joint. So this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. And it reads, so check this out, on the blue letter Bible, on the top, you know, the caption reads, on the King James Version, it says, Lament for Babylon. And on the NLT, it says, Prediction of Babylon's Fall. Prediction of Babylon's Fall, I mean, what, before? And it says the daughter of Babylon. So the daughter of Babylon is America. This is a prophecy for the future that Isaiah is talking about in the book of Isaiah. This didn't happen back then because why? And when you go into, I believe, Jeremiah, the 50th or 51st chapter, it talks about Babylon not being inhabited again. The land of Babylon was inhabited after the Babylonians went down. That land is known as now modern day Iraq. But the daughter of Babylon, the land that's never going to be inhabited again except for desert creatures, and talk about the land known as America in this present day. So Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1, it says, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is America, because America has not been touched yet by anything. No, America has never been attacked on a warlike scale. Okay? It says, sit on the ground. There is no throne. Remember, if he's taking away your financial dominance, there is no throne for you. You have no other leverage in the world. Your military is being stressed in. The people are broke. Your government officials are a bunch of fucking morons. What makes America so great now? That's what Trump's whole thing was, make America great again. So obviously that he feels, and his followers feel, and a lot of people in America feel that America is not as great as it once was. And it's not. It says, take the millstones and, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. You're not gonna be the greatest country on earth as you were once perceived to be. You're not gonna be what you want. You're not gonna be that great nation. Oh, the greatest nation the greatest country on earth. You're not gonna be that no. You're not that no more. Americans will tell you that. It says, verse 2 says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And that's talking about Yahawashi when he comes back. He's not going to meet thee as a man. And when he says, what, make thyself naked, you're exposed now. All your secrets, all your lies, all your bullshit, man. It says that shame shall be seen. And what's the way that a lot of people are seeing your shame now? Your support for Amalek. That's the whole world is not feeling you for that topic alone. And the funny thing is like, this is not going to stop. Like, it's never going to be a time where America is going to get better. Yeah, you're going to have they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come. But all in all, America is still going to be destroyed. It's still at its end. We're still at its end. Verse 4 of Isaiah chapter 47, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the Holy One of Israel, the true Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the people that come from the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are the children of God. Those are the children of Israel. There's no other people of the Lord. There's no other chosen people of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. It's the Israelites and the Israelites alone. The Lord will yet choose Israel. Zion. The Lord shall roar out of Zion. Be sanctified in the sight of many nations, the Israelites. Verse 5, and it reads, sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, which is another word for America, and the Edomites are the modern day Chaldeans. It says, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. You're not going to be the great country you once were, man. It's over. And you're never going to get it back. You can never be able to go back in time and go back to how it was. I don't give a fuck how many songs I don't give a fuck how many movies you remake. I don't give a fuck how much you try to, what's that word? What's that word? Damn, what's that word? Not vintage. Oh shit. I forget the word, but it's basically like, going back into the heydays, reliving old days, the happy days. Your happy days is done. Ain't no more sweet old USA, all that. It's all done, man. It's all done, man. This kingdom is at its end. Just like all other kingdoms had an end, this kingdom is no different. And thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms, man. You're not gonna be called tender and delicate, man. And you won't get touched by these missiles. Verse 6, it says, I was wroth with my people. And actually, I'm going to read that in NLT. I'm going to read both. So it says, Isaiah 47:6, it says, I was wroth with my people. I had polluted mine inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. They showed us no mercy. Esau didn't show us no mercy in America. I'm talking about in America. This is where we got the worst shit kicked out of us by these devils, man. Because this is where these devils, I remember one of the brothers made a good point, said this is a time where Esau had his way with us alone, with just him and Jacob. Right here in the land of Babylon, in the old days of America, and the coming up of America, he got the northern tribes, the so-called Native American Indians and whatnot, and the Hispanics, the Native Americans, Hispanics and Latinos, and they brought Judah, the southern tribes over here afterwards, where it's just him and Jacob, and he was just oppressing us, man. And they say he showed no mercy. That's what the Lord said. We're gonna give them double. Give unto her double what she's given thee. And when you go into the NLT of Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6, it says, for I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppressed even the elderly. It said, you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. And who was the daughter of Babylon? It said the daughter of Babylon. In a couple verses up, and the daughter of Babylon is America. They showed us no mercy, and still to this day, they show us no mercy. That's that perpetual hatred that Esau has for Jacob, man, especially Judah, for thy violence against the children of Judah. You're going to have to pay for this, Esau. Don't forget, man, the Lord required that which is past. You have never been judged for even the past. All the way back into the time of Adam and the serpent in the garden, man. You ain't been judged. That evil seed, that evil son. You ain't been judged yet, man. The Lord had you preserved for this very judgment you're about to receive in this time, the last time, your latter end that you did not consider. You didn't consider your latter end. You thought you had it all forever? No. And you're losing it as we speak. The daughter of Babylon, America, is being brought down low by the elites. But ultimately through who? Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Excuse me. And in verse 7, I'm going to read both versions. In verse 7 in the King James, it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. See, you didn't remember the latter end. You had an end to this. See, our kingdom is the world without end. That was the blessing that Jacob got. You got the blessing, you got the fatness of the earth, but it wasn't a world without end. It wasn't an everlasting kingdom. And you didn't receive immortality. That's how you know that those people in Israel right now are not the real children of Israel, because you didn't get immortality. You don't have immortality. And you Edomites look horrible right now. All you heathen look horrible, but especially you Edomites, man. You look horrible right now. And it's supposed to be the chosen people? You look horrible. All of you. I don't give a fuck from young to old. Y'all look horrible. Your skin is horrible. You smell horrible. You look horrible. You act horrible. Everything about you is horrible. Everything about you sucks. Everything about you is foul. And we go into the NLT. It reads, you said, I will reign forever as queen of the world. You did not reflect on your affliction. You did not reflect on your actions. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences. And now you're coming to your consequences. You have to pay. You have to receive consequences for your actions, man. That's the things you didn't consider. You didn't consider this. You thought it was gonna be just sweet old American pie and sweet old USA, all just America for generation to generation. No. The Lord said there is no throne. It's done. Babylon is fallen. It is fallen. Okay, in verse 8 and it reads, it says, therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly. And that's what America's been doing. They've been dwelling carelessly, especially for the last 50 years. Because for 50 years, that's when you had all this financial, the US dollar had its dominance on the world. To where all the countries had to buy oil through the US dollar, which means they had to deal with America. But now you don't have that power you once had. You don't have that leverage that you once had. The Lord is ending your empire. He's ending your kingdom. And it says, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That metaphorically speaking, that means you wasn't going to experience, you think you wasn't going to experience no hardships. At one point in time, the American people thought, and you got to think about it. So you got to think about people that's like, I think about Edomites that's in like their 70s or their 80s. 50 years ago, they was in their 30s, they was in their 20s. Like people that's in their late to 70s to 80s and even 90s, if they made it that far. Think about people in that age. So 50 years ago, you was a young person. And you probably thought that you was going to get old and then generation after you was going to leave. No, it's not. Your generations is done. After this go around, there is no more America. Because now the war has already started. All of the third world coming quickly. So you don't have there's nothing that's going to make America go back to what it once was. Those are the old days that you can't get back. Your world has an end. Yahawashi's kingdom is the world without end that's coming soon. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. That's going to be the world without the real children of Israel are going to rule next. These are the ones that's been oppressed and vexed by all you other nations that's at war right now. And it says, in verse 8 in the NLT, it says, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. What they say, the house shall continue forever. But nah, that's what they think. Their heart has deceived them. But it's not, and now they see it, they see the carpet being ripped from under them as we speak every day. It says, you say, I am the only one and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children. They go, that was a rhetoric for Americans for a long time. Oh, that would never happen. Oh, nobody will fuck with us. So nobody would think to like do that. I'm pretty sure when that deal came about, because if that was in 1974, that was like a couple years before Off the Wall, Michael Jackson's first solo album came out. They signed that deal. 1974 is not that long ago. It's 50 years ago. My parents was like almost teenagers. So at that time, you probably had Americans that like when they signed a deal, they're like, oh, we're good. That's the rhetoric. That's what Americans thought, that we're good forever. But you're not. And now you see it more and more. And now your pride. Now the Lord's going to puff your pride up so much to where you're not even going to still think you're about to be destroyed. That's the beauty of Yahweh BAHASHAM. He's still thinking that you thinking. He still got you thinking that this is going. Your king, America's going to last forever. Okay, in verse 9 of Isaiah chapter 47, it reads, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. So all your lies, all your bullshit, man, all that shit, you about to get the consequences of that, man. The nation is no longer that drunk off of the wrath of your fornication, because now you don't have the fortitude that you once had as a nation, as a kingdom, as a country. I mean, look at the president. The president is a complete embarrassment. A complete embarrassment. I'm glad I'm not an Edomite, man. That's the wadi Yahweh BAHASHAM for not making me an Edomite, man. Because if you're an Edomite now, man, you ain't feeling too good. You're not sleeping too good at night, man. You can't be, especially if you're a regular Edomite. Now maybe you higher ups, you probably still got like a little more puffed up pride in your heart. But to you regular civilians, oh, you see the whole shit show. Everything's expensive for you too. You going through all these storms in these Edomite towns, all these tornadoes. Remember, the Lord said he hated Esau. And now it's time for Esau to get judged, so it's going to be real rough to be an Edomite from here on out. Okay? And we go into NLT, it says, verse 9, it says, well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of your children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you despite all your witchcraft and magic. So all your witchcraft and magic, all your deceptions, all your lies, a lot of your lies being told on the television, all these things, all these calamities are going to come upon thee, man. It says, yes, these calamities will come upon you, man. See, when it said O daughter of Zion, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, and now, O daughter of Edom, the cup shall pass through unto thee, that's what we're coming into. And you other nation ain't exempt too. You're going to get these curses too. But the Lord didn't hate you like he said he hated Esau, man. Remember, the Lord has a special judgment against the children of Esau, Edom, that no other nation is going to get. I mean, look what he did to his chosen people out of his anger for what we were doing, sinning against him. So think about the ones that never respected his law and never feared him. Think about that. Think about the judgment to those people. Think about that judgment. Remember, we're the ones that weren't supposed to drink of the cup, but we surely have drinking. And the Lord said, what? The wicked shall not go unpunished. And now he's punishing more and more every day. He's breaking this place down to where it's going to be utterly wasted. And now all these countries and nations are getting their nuclear capabilities more up and running. It's over for all you heathens, man. And the Lord is going to sit and judge all the heathen round about in this coming third woe. And he's going to deliver his elect. Speaking of which, that's good. Hold up. Speaking of which, so we're going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1, and it reads, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Verse 2, and it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. And that's America. Babylon the Great is America. So whenever you see Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, to the people that don't know, when you see that term, daughter of Babylon or Babylon the Great, just know that that's talking about America. Know that. That's talking about America, okay? And it says, and it's become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, that didn't happen with the old land of Babylon. That's not what happened with the ancient Babylon land. That didn't become the land of habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And it said that the daughter of Babylon, this land is never going to be inhabited again after it's destroyed. The land of Babylon was never utterly destroyed. And it was inhabited again at that. So that's why you got to understand. That's why you have to have teachers to put you onto these things and understand and do the research for yourself and then understand and see like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. How that's America, the daughter of Babylon. Because America is the only place that fits this description. No other kingdom, no other nation did this. And you got to think about this, the MOTB. The RFID CHIP. That never happened no time in history in Babylon or no other kingdom. Remember, Esau the end of the world. Esau the end of what world? The world of heathen ruling over Israel. The last world. The world that's going to be destroyed. The kingdom that's going to be destroyed. This is Esau's world. This is Esau's heaven. And not so much heaven for him now. And verse 3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And that's what's coming to an end. That's why Saudi Arabia is not renewing that deal. That's why Saudi Arabia said they're going to deal with the BRICS and deal oil and the other currencies, because what the Babylon the Great is falling. You're no longer that great city. You're no longer sitting up. You're no longer like just sitting up on the high ladder, wherever, on the hog. That's what it is. You're no longer sitting high on the hog in the world, America. Thus saith Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. No matter what you think, Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi is going to destroy America real soon. He's destroying America as we speak. June 14th, 2024, the Lord is destroying America. And there's nothing no one can do to stop it. All you can do is watch And as an Israelite and as a child of Israel, child of Jacob, all you can do is hope you're part of the elect. Because if you're not part of the elect, you're going to get wrapped up in all this bullshit. You're going to be the partaker of her plagues. That's why the Lord said, come out of her, my people. I think, is that in here? Yeah, that's in here. It says, go to the NLT. Let's go to the, hold up. Two. So when you go to verse 4, Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, and it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Come out of her, my people. What, spiritually, man? Don't be following don't be too engulfed and invested in this place, man. Because we can't tell it, we can't come out of her. Because, you know, like, it's not you can move anywhere and America's still not gonna be destroyed. You but put off the mentality of being an American citizen. Put off the mentality of like this place that cares. All this, oh, I want to do this and all I want to do this and planning for the future. There's no future for America. There's no future for America. The only future for America, the daughter of Babylon, is that nuclear fire. And then Yahawah come back to utterly waste this place, man. And what did Yahawah say? What will I if it be already kindled? And who the world called Yahawah, who the world called Jesus Christ, this is going to happen. The Lord already set it out to happen. And all the things that the Lord set out to happen before this would happen is starting to happen already. Prophecies are already moving. So it's not like we're just waiting for the first prophecy to come to pass. The prophecies are already in play. We're just waiting for those last bit of prophecies. Okay? It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi have remembered her iniquities, man. And what is the main iniquity for the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great? The oppression of the Israelites, especially the children of Judah, man. First and foremost, that's the main thing. And you destroyed the earth, you destroyed the planet. You fucking sucking this planet dry of all its resources, man, and you're not doing nothing to help the earth. You're not doing nothing for life. You're doing nothing but bring death. You're the main contributor to the valley of shadow of death. With Esau comes death. Look at the things that keep Esau's kingdom afloat. The pharmaceutical industry, death, and not only death but slow death. Keep you alive and keep you fucking full of medicines and all this shit, man. All these shots people gotta get, these shots that children gotta get that's making all the kids a bunch of autistic demons. Listen, I do medical transportation. I've been doing medical transportation for like 3 years now. 3 years now I've been doing medical transportation. I see how fucked up these people are, man. I see how fucked up people are health-wise, man. And not only just because of diet. But mainly it is diet, but yo, these people are fucked up. I mean, I'm talking about Esau, Jake in there, Esau, Elam, Moab, everybody in America is fucked up. Everybody here in America got some kind of health issues, man. Whether they know it or not. Cause look at the chemtrails in the air, all this bullshit, the poison in the food. Like, come on, like we're getting poison from all sides in America. That's why America must be destroyed. Because if not, it said what? No flesh shall be saved. And that's under Esau. The daughter of Babylon is Esau's brainchild. Okay? Now I ain't gonna bring out too much. That's what I wanted to bring out. I just want to bring out that article so, you know, hey, man, it's up. It's done. This place is done. Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi have declared it. He declared it in from the beginning. And it's nothing no one could do. Nothing no one could do. Trump ain't gonna be able to do shit. If Trump wins, shit's still gonna be destroyed. If Biden wins, it's still gonna be destroyed. No matter who the fuck is in whose office, no matter what happens, Yahawah is still coming back and he's gonna destroy this place known as America. And he's gonna put all these other nations and all throughout the world in subjection under the nation of Israel, starting with his elect, the 144,000. That's what's about to happen. That's gonna be the new government on the earth. Yahawah, the elect, and then the nation of Israel as a whole. the immortals, the true children of the true sons and daughters of God. And the God, the one true living God, his name is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the Father and the Son, who the world entity calls God and Jesus. That's what's about to happen. And he's about to show, and every eye shall see him. So with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.